Hello everyone, hope you're right. In today's video I'm going to sow some apple seeds. So here I have got a recycled plastic container which I have filled with multi-purpose compost, and here are my apple seeds which I soaked in water a day ago, and now I'm going to sow them. So basically I was cutting an apple and I found some seeds which I thought was about to germinate. One or two seeds were having like roots coming out. So basically apple seeds are not easy to germinate. They need a cold certification period for 10 to 12 weeks for them to germinate. So basically normally you sow the apple seeds and put them in refrigerator for so many weeks, and after that you take them out and they germinate after a couple of weeks. But I found these seeds which were already germinating, so I thought, why do not plant them and see what happens. So here I have got 5 to 6 seeds, and I have made some holes in my compost using my pencil, and now I'm going to place each seed in each hole and cover them with the compost because they looked like they were already germinating. So I think this might work, but you can't always expect the apple seeds to germinate this way. So basically if you do want to germinate apple seeds, you would have to sow them in a paper towel, put them in refrigerator for at least 10 to 12 weeks. After them you take them out, plant them in the soil, that's this way, and then they germinate after a couple of weeks. So in this picture you can see my apple seeds are germinating, and this is the picture after 3 weeks, and you can see they are already nice and big. So I'm going to transplant them today because they are quite crowded in this pot, and I'm going to transplant them individually in their separate cups so then they will have more room to grow. Here I have got water cups filled with multipurpose compost, and now I'm going to gently take out my seedling. So you can see it has got some nice roots but not very big, so they could have stayed in this pot for a couple of weeks, but it's easy to transplant them now at this stage when they don't have much big root system. So transplanting is very simple. You take the seedling out, hold it from its tiny shoot, put it in the new cup and fill around it with multipurpose compost gently without disturbing the roots and leaves, and press the soil so there are no air pockets. And this way I'm going to transplant them, all my seedlings. So I'm done transplanting and I have got 6 seedlings here. So as they grow big, I will have to keep potting them up until I can find a place for them to go. I have got a dwarf apple tree growing in my patio which I planted this year, and I bought it from nursery as a potted plant, so it's already grown nice and big and it will start producing in a couple of years, and that's the best way to go for a fruit tree. But I don't know why I want to plant seeds. I think it's so satisfying to grow them from seeds and watch them grow nice and slow. So it will take many years for them to grow nice and big and start producing. And it could be a tricky thing because when you start something from seeds, it could not always be true to their parents. So ultimately, you may find something very strange. It would be an apple tree, but the food may look a little bit odd or may taste odd. So you need to be prepared for this. If you start something from seed, it will take several years and you may not like the end result. But I think it will be a fun experiment to grow them from seeds. So here is a little update on my apple plants which I started from seeds almost 2 months ago. So you can see I transplanted them in even bigger pots because they were running out of those small cups. So I transplanted them in these bigger pots which is roughly 1 liter. And as you can see, these plants have grown nice and big. One of them is almost 1 foot tall and the other three are doing well as well. I discarded two of them. One of them was really small and one suffered a lot of damage due to slugs and wind. These plants have got a little bit damage. As you can see on the leaves, there is powdery mildew and there is like a wind damage, and slugs ate lots of leaves as well. But this is the end of season anyway, so these plants will start losing their leaves soon and they will grow new leaves next year. So there is no point of tackling these issues because this is the end of season. The nature will take control and the problems will get resolved themselves. So I just want to focus them on growing roots, grow nice strong roots, and then they will be able to produce much more growth next year. So I'm not going to treat them for any pest issues or powdery mildew or whatever. I will let them do their job. I have put them on by this wall which is south facing, so it receives a lot of sun, and basically they are doing fine. I'm happy with their progress and I think it is quite fun to grow them from seed. So my plan is to let them grow in these pots even next year. Maybe I will need to transplant them in even bigger pots if they run out of these pots, but I will keep them in pots as long as I can for a few years until they are nice and big and I can find some place in my garden for them to go, or maybe I can gift a couple of them. I also want to share with you the progress of my apple tree which I bought from nursery this year. This is a self-fertile dwarf apple tree. Its maximum height and width is 1 to 1.5 meter tall and wide. So you can see this is doing really well. It has grown up to 3 feet tall and it has grown a couple of shoots and it is doing well. I am happy with its progress, although I do need to stake it properly because it's leaning on one side. However, I am looking forward to harvesting some nice apples next year. So if you are interested in watching the progress of these apple trees, please make sure to subscribe the channel and press the bell icon so you don't miss out on any of my gardening videos. You can also join my channel for extra perks. Thank you very much for watching today. See you next time. Bye.